well, what is your favorite Sepultura album with Max in it?
I don't have it. That's the thing. I always tell, like, even my friends or in interviews, I can make a really good Sepultura compilation with favorite songs from each album, but I don't have one album that I can pick that I have more favorite songs or less. It's weird. For me, I look at the albums like this song and that song, it's special for whatever reasons, but I don't have one album that I say, okay, we really done it, this is amazing, or whatever. I have songs in each album that I think that.
Can you, well, people say, well, the last two albums with Max, they were really classics. Do you understand people saying that? If you listen to them now? Or
no, yeah. I think, you know, it's hard because what they call classics, it could mean many different things. It could mean all the way of being something really raw to something more catchy.
Influence. I think, well, for example, Master Puppets maybe, and then, well, like say KFCD, it really made an impact in those days.
Yeah, but I think Ride the Lightning did more.
Okay.
So that's, you know, that's what I'm saying, because Ride the Lightning for me was more raw. Yeah. And Master of Puppets, when it came out, I was like, this is cool, but I don't think it is as good as what they did before. So it's really hard, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, it could be like the catchy points. I think, you know, Roots has a lot of catchy moments. And also on Chaos AD, like from Refuse to Territory, those songs. So I think that makes them, even though I hear people say that a Sepultura classic is Beneath the Remains, you know, more than anything else. That's one of the albums that I hear the most. Okay. So it's like, who am I to judge, you know what I mean? Sure. Like,
I have 5 minutes, so I have to talk about Cavalera Conspiracy now. What is for you, did you know on December 16, 1969, 96, I mean, sorry, 96, did you know that it took 10 years for you and Max to reunite again?
No.
What did you think back then?
But I also knew that one day we would go back together. Not musically, but as person. And that's what I did. I did that approach to Max.
Why did you do it? How come? What made you trigger?
I even joke about this. I say it's my wife's fault, because I just had Antonio, my son, and she was like, this can't continue like this. You know, your son doesn't know, you know, doesn't know your uncle, and they need to have that connection. I don't think it's fair for him. And that I kept that in my mind for a few days, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab the phone and talk to him and see what happens. And that's exactly, you know, that's exactly what happened. I call him up, and after a long conversation, we started to, you know, realizing that, you know, life's short, all those things that sound cliche, they're true. It's like, man. And then a few months later, I had a phone call from Max saying, like, let's make an album together. And I was like, of course. You know, it's like, for me, that was, once my friendship with Max was strong enough, then we could talk about music or making music together, all that stuff. But for me, my main goal was like, okay, I want to establish my friendship with my brother again.
How come, in retrospect, why did it take 10 years? Were you stubborn, or were you still angry with each other?
No, that's the thing. Not angry, but at the same time, we
stubborn, maybe stubborn?
No, I would say something else. Both really focused on different things. That I think was one of the main things. Max was never stopped. I never stopped. So we both, like, you know, doing our own thing. So I think that was one of the main reasons behind it took a little longer then, because I would say if we both of us lived in Sao Paulo and had normal jobs, maybe, you know, it could be a chance that could be way shorter, because we'd see each other somehow, but that was not the case. You know, he would be here, I'll be in Brazil, then he would be in Arizona, and I would be in Indonesia, and it's like we're both like going all over the world, and I think that's one of the reasons also.
Once you saw him again and worked on his new album, what thing did you miss the most that you realized once seeing him again and making music?
Well, I think the exchange that I have with Max is amazing. We exchange so much ideas, music, and culture. That goes from books to movies to music. Like we have this deal where we exchange iPods. Because now with the iPod thing is really cool, because I give him every 2 or 3 months, I go back home and I fill this iPod with a lot of stuff that I think it's cool, and then I just give it to him, and he also does the same. So we exchange iPods, like, you know, instead of bringing CDs and all that stuff. So it's simple. It's one little thing that we just switch. And I just brought him like a big one with millions of stuff that I wanted to put it, and he's having so much fun on this tour just by discovering all this stuff, you know.
Yeah.